There we go. All right, let's see how well this paints now. Oh. Okay. Paint seems to be going pretty good. The pointing army. Just all my leaders point. Well, sergeants, I suppose. Sergeants point. Yeah. Hell. Okay. Nope, I need to paint on the screen, shouldn't I? All right, I'm gonna do Blade Guard Veterans. Let's do one of them. So the spray paint didn't get the back very well. I need to find where Gilliman's little thing went. I have no idea where it went. A little star thing that wears above in his backpack. Just paint everything blue. Oh, he's a blob. Put too much on him. Maybe I did put too much on him. Well, I'm gonna see what it looks like when it dries, I guess. Whew. It's like a soup. Okay, we'll let him dry. And see what it looks like after he is dry. Okay. May have put too much, but oh well. Trying to get all the models base coated in a sense. That way I can start painting the finer details. Much like I did with my other models already. Morning. What's going on? It is morning. I shouldn't be surprised. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, it's technically morning here too in the US. 3:30 in the morning, or 4:30 in the morning actually. Oh man, it looked like a blob. There we go. Dude, soaking in paint. Kind of figured I'd get a lot of people from Europe for sure, due to my streaming schedule. At least, well, probably now indefinitely. I'm not sure. But then again, that is where GW comes from. So, gotcha. I have I wouldn't say regulars, even though there's been some consistent people. Oh crap! You play 40K or Infinity or Underworlds or MCP or Any one of those tabletop games? Or curious about why I paint so crazily? I'm not too say well, I don't say knowledgeable, but I don't play competitively necessarily, but I play for fun for sure. All right, I think he's mostly done now. Okay. I appreciate the support too. I guess I should say that too. All right, he is done. Next. Well, you're not going to learn anything from me, I don't think, about acrylic paint. Armor modeler. So what in like 3D software or in real life? Like physically. Um. Whoa. Do you use like pre-built hobby to sets or something, or do you like build them from scratch? Hmm. Time to squirt more paint. As soon as I'm done painting these three more guys, or three more after this, I think I want to start painting the gunmetal on the rest of the crew while these guys dry. Five kids from all our hotels. Pretty success. Man, 3D printing is honestly really nice. Hold on. Let me get this, and I'll show you a model that I 3D printed to use as a Victrix guard, actually, and a Blade Guard veteran, honestly. GW getting pretty expensive with their plastic, and it's just becoming more and more enticing to do 3D printing due to the cost effectiveness of it and the fact that you can have a bit more variety in terms of your army look. Okay, let's see. I think he is done. Okay, let me show you one model that I 3D printed. And I kind of painted in the same technique as well, so you can some reason to logic, I guess you could say. So it's a model 3D printed. See if it'll work. Does it zoom in on my fingers? Oh, I almost had it. I almost got it. There we go, kinda. So yeah, using him as a Victrix guard for old school Marneus Calgar. Pretty nice in detail too. But yeah, yeah, very nice looking model. Then I have the Blade Guard Veteran, which is going to be a blur because it's white and it reflects very well. I can't exactly show that until it's painted. Mm, I guess another decent example would be like, I guess this guy. See, can it work without that little stupid thing? There we go. Yeah. I'm not completely done with him yet, but I am mostly done with him. Gotta do the base, then gotta do the eyes. The eyes is gonna be terrible. Because it's so tiny. Oh, and his little gadget too. But I'm not worried about that just yet. It's all. Alright, so time to finish painting up the blue on these guys. So what have you learned about acrylic paints? Any secrets I should know about? I'm not I don't think I'll ever use anything per se, just because I'm lazy. And this technique that I found right here is a technique that's called the slap chop method. And I wouldn't say I incorporated it because I don't use contrast paints. I believe that's what the slap chop requires. But what I end up doing is creating, you could say, kind of like a contrast paint with using regular boom. It's flipped because I flip the camera so that when I show models, it's not upside down. So it's a 400 milliliters or 13.53 ounces, whichever one you use, of this big old boy. Because there's a lot of blue out the paint, and then I add Floaid, which is a mixture of water and whatever it is. And then I add a lot of Floaid to a little bit of paint, and it kind of makes the paint like this, like it's very flowy, but it sticks. It's not just necessarily dripping off. And it creates these outlines, you could kind of say. So, like when I show this model, let's see if it will. Okay, so you can see it looks like edge highlighting on his shoulders and everything, but I did not edge highlight at all. But it looks like it. Most important thing I learned was never use paint directly from the pot. Thin it and use a wet palette. I don't use wet palette. I did, and it actually really works. But because of my quote unquote technique, I can't. At least I don't think I can. I just find this a little bit easier, and this is the reason why I use it. Now, they do have what do you call it? Here, let me show it actually. I think some people can use this directly out of the bottle. So like this one is a Game Air, is the Vallejo. And because it's already pre-thinned, you can kind of use it straight out of it. You could potentially thin it more, I guess. But from what I've heard from people is that you can kind of use it straight from the bottle. Just because it's meant for like the spray thing. I forgot what they call it. Airbrush. That's what it's called. You can kind of almost put it on there straight. depending on their airbrush and how thin you have the what you call it. As you can see what I'm doing, I'm just blotching a whole bunch of paint in areas. But it's quick, it's easy, and it gives an effect that I actually really like. So people may not like it, people may like it, but I like it. And that's what matters. I already had someone that didn't like it, so and I'm fine with that, honestly. It doesn't matter. Everyone has their preference. And the only thing you should be worried about is yours. Oh god, I hope I didn't get any paint in here, did I? So there's a lot of colors there. So do you have a primary base like black first, and then they do the I forgot what they called it, but you spray paint it black first, then you kind of spray paint white from top to bottom, from the top only to highlight areas. Is that what you do? But I don't know what the grade is for though. Okay, I think this guy is done. All right, he is done. Nice. I think I need to add more paint so I don't run out in the middle of painting. Oh, I use this is Liquitex acrylic gouache. Gouache is a type of paint. I think some people say this is not real gouache, but I just reuse this bottle, put some of that big bottle into it, and then some Flow8 into it, and then add some balls in there. I use it as my primary bottle for blue. Reuse the bottle, and I know what color it is because it says it on the bottle. Everything's already preset. It's pretty nice because it's a screw-on too, so you can easily remove the top and create your mixture again. Sorry if I'm going pretty fast, just I like divulging information, I suppose. Mm. So I am curious though about you have three priming paints there. How do you say prime your models? You have three colors. Do you paint certain models black, certain models? Okay, I spray from beneath, gray from above 45 angle. Ah, okay. Also, you dry brush the white, so you don't have a spray can for the white, right? That's what I wanted to do, honestly. I don't do the gray though. I would say I'd spray paint black, then dry brush the white. Because I bought like a big chunk of white because I know I'm gonna be using a lot of white with the dry brushing because you kind of have to wipe a lot of it off, which is very wasteful, but it's the technique, you know? I'm assuming you run into that as well too, right? When you dry brush white, that you end up wiping a lot of it off. I kind of hate that because it's wasteful, but at the same time, it can actually make your model look really, really cool. Okay. I think he is done as well. Okay. Nope. Okay. And then this guy, last guy to paint blue. Use airbrush to paint most of my models and only detail paint with ah. I wish I could learn that technique, you know? Airbrush. I did buy an airbrush myself. Never got it out to use it yet. Hopefully it works. It's not bad because I'm way past the 30 days now for returning it. That would suck if it just doesn't work. I'm like, well, crap. Man, it's been a little bit here. I have to look it up on my Amazon account. Give me a second, and I'll get that info for you. It's not. I don't think it's anything fancy. Hopefully, it's not like a really bad Chinese knockoff brand though. It looks legit, so that's what I'm hoping that I got a decent quality one. Let me pull that up. Ah, stay. All right, let's see. Should be pretty quick. Um, airbrush. Um, I got the Master Airbrush. um, I guess is that the brand? Yeah, Master Airbrush. Rings sounds familiar, I guess. Maybe. Yes, no. Guess I don't know if that really even. I don't know if that's what you were asking, like the brand of it or not. A little bit more. Man, I kind of went thick with this paint on this guy. I certainly hope not. But yeah, I wouldn't doubt it though. So, what are some reputable brands? I guess. Do you know? All right, he is done too. All right. Can I squeeze my finger in there? There we go. All right. Do we have anyone else that needs to be painted blue? Old school. I'll say this though. If you let me see if I can. That's what I was you use on your brushes. Thin your paint and practice the trigger button. That's absolutely. I did watch a few videos, and I'm gonna be spraying cardboard or a piece of paper just to practice trigger flow and all that. I got like a whole bunch of thins for paint. Also, I think I'm gonna hopefully I can be lazy and just use 99% alcohol to clean it out with. Boom. Uh-oh, uh-oh, he got it. Yeah. Or I need to probably need to paint his visor. Okay, nothing special. Lots of yeah, let me see if I can I guess this is the mostly the title. I mean, when I went to their mm, oops, I could grow I want it. Yeah. When I went to their Amazon store, it seems like they have seems legit, like I said. But then again, I don't know. Oh, the thing I was going to say about at least with these paints, I don't know if you'll ever use it or not. So here's what one purple looks like, right? Whoa, whoa, that is weird. Why is there like red orange on there? That is kind of weird. That's not what you actually see in the it is the 4K camera that's doing that. Okay, that's really funny. That's kind of funny. Why is there orange right there? That's kind of hold on. That is I don't know if I can do anything about that though. That's funny. That is so weird. Why is it doing that? Anyways, okay, so that looks a little bit better. Kind of. The red is not really red there. Or the light purple. Yeah, no, it's a very it's supposed to be just it's one color and it's just a purple. It's diluted, so there's some thin areas and thick areas, but it's getting this weird reddish. It's it looks cool, I will say that, but it's not like that though. But it's okay. So this is not varnish, right? I do plan on varnishing my models because I want to protect the paint. The paint is very dry and well, dry obviously, but it feels almost grainy. Like if you rub it too much, it'll come off. So this is the purple without the varnish, and then this is what it looks like when you add varnish. And you notice how dark that purple is now. Okay, yeah, let's see. Yeah. Still kind of hard to see. Yeah, you can kind of see on the shoulder and the or all over this shoulder and the other shoulder and on the arm. Huh. Oh yeah, like this is orange, but it looks like yellow orange on the screen. It's something to do with this particular webcam. When I was look at the reviews for it, it does something with the orange color for some odd reason. So yeah, if this actually looks very accurate though. Yellow and the purple. Again, I painted this purple the same method. Just what do you call it? Just thin the paint over it, and let the color set as it sets. But yeah, when you varnish it though, it turns it very dark compared to this is the exact same purple, but this one when varnished is very dark by comparison. There you can really see it there. It's a matte varnish. But yeah, it's same thing with these blues here actually. It's very much how do I say profound. It's very it changes quite a lot, I guess you could say. I like the way the blue looks when it's dry here, but when I paint it, I don't like it because it doesn't have this like let's see. It doesn't have like the outline going on. Oh, again, picture's upside down, so but yeah, it doesn't have let's see if we can do that. There we go. So you can see the outlines shows very, very nice with this blue. And this blue looks really nicely blue. But when you varnish it, it's going to be so dark blue. I don't think I have any models with me with the varnish on it yet. No, I do not. Okay. Gunmetal's the next paint I need to do, which will be let me move these models back. So I also have these models. I don't know if you're familiar with. Oh, good lord. Yeah, it's just gonna be blurry because it's white. So I have a lot of these models that I printed just to try painting. It's peach color. Ooh, smooth. And also trying the technique out right there, which looks decently accurate on a camera. It looks like a little bit of highlighting and darkenings of colors and shades and stuff. I wonder what it would look like after I varnish it though. All right. These guys are wet. These guys need to come and get their gunmetal painted. This guy's too. There we go. All right. I need to get the gunmetal and finish them off so I can use them today. Gunmetal. Here we go. All right, let's see how all that do. And then let's get the finer tip one. Okay. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of painting. I need to paint that blue actually. Maybe I shouldn't paint these guys first. Paint the guys with the finer detail first. So I have the fine detail brush. Do you I don't know if the tank model kits do they come pre-drilled holes with their their guns? Like a lot of people in this hobby, the gun itself, there's no hole there. So people a lot pre-drill the hole there, and they say, "How else is the bullet supposed to come out?" I don't do that. That's a little bit too much. I forgot how to back. I've never done. I don't know if you consider this modeling or not. I guess it technically is. Um, let's see. I guess you could say I started pretty early on in like third, fourth, and fifth edition of this, and this is the outcome of that. Last, oh, it looks terrible. Let's see if we can. Come on, there we go. So this is like chopping up the model and trying to move legs where they're supposed to go, and then actually scarring up the cape and making holes and damaging the actual backpack, and then magnetize his arm and the little demon guy's head. So, uh, so I guess I would have never thought of myself as that, but I guess you are right. Um, let's see. I've been, let's say, how long have I been doing that? High school, I think. 1 year, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe. 8 of those years are, that model right there, that one right there, and 4 kind of with this. By no means am I even. I would never consider myself even a beginner. Haven't been doing this for. But mind you, I guess you could say I wouldn't say 11 years either because I wasn't building the entirety of that time. I was playing too, um, so I build. Of course, you have to. Then you paint them, of course, not because you have to, but you want to. Um, so I've been doing this for, I guess you could say, 11 years, perhaps, playing and some assembling and painting. How much assembling and painting of those 11 years I did, I don't know. Because I am still a beginner. I mean, there's a lot of techniques out there about how people model and assemble their models and stuff that are like very professional. It's just a lot of work, but you get a really, really nice um painted models. Some of the techniques that I remember them doing is like, for example, all the different pieces would be painted. Uh, well, one technique would be they would be unassembled, cleaned up, and then painted and then assembled. Some people also do like, I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, you can kind of see it right there. Yeah. Right right there. You can kind of see that. It's like a mold line there. Some people assemble them so perfect that you can barely see mold lines. Yeah, yeah, of course. But you get better though. I haven't. 11 years, still the same dude from the year one. I mean, maybe I did improve a little bit, but yeah, like the mold lines. Like people really gotten good with like scraping off mold lines and stuff. You bet. No, I guess you can't really see the mold line on this one. So what I do, my trick is, see the mold line looks like it's gone. Put glue and a lot of paint to hide it. I don't scrape it like professional people do. Like a lot of people do that. I just can't. Too much work. I want to play the game and spend some time painting. But yeah, let's see if I can find one in here. I guess I do a pretty good job of kind of scraping some of it. Oh, what is that? Well, I think I found something. Hell is that thing? Or is that just? Oh yeah, there. I damaged that. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I kind of damaged that right there. That little. Yeah, kind of. Actually, you can see it on that left leg, I guess. But anyways, I damaged that area right there, and and I didn't bother fixing it. I'll just say it's a battle scar. That's my excuse. Oop. I forgot I need to paint some things blue because some of the blue didn't stick. Well, I still have blue paint. But yeah, so I mean, I did it for a long time, but I learned a few things here and there for sure. But perhaps not enough because, well, I don't know what the reasons are, honestly. He's still in there. And there's that one guy here. So yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for a little bit, I suppose, and I've learned a few things, but yeah, but I'd say for as long as I've been doing it, I suppose I should have been better, but it is what it is. But I'm glad I found this technique that I really like, and I use it, and it's so easy, so simple, um, that I'm glad I found something, a technique that I like to paint, and I use it. And it's something that I use on I'll attempt to use on all my models now too. Because what happens, started playing during high school, and then ended up moving. And then when I got a new job in this new place, it got me working over the weekend, so I could never really get the weekend off. So I kind of just gave up on this hobby because I thought they only played on the weekends. But then about 2 to 3 years ago, I noticed people, I decided to just take a look at the hobby areas around where I lived and see if anyone played. And there were some people that were playing, and I decided just to get back into it. I really liked the game, although it's super expensive. And now I'm back into this crack of plastic. And you're absolutely right. Trying new techniques again. The slap chop method looked really good when I was watching people like, you can easily paint your models this way. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Slap chop looks really easy, and I kind of like the outcome. It simplifies it. And that's in the again the the edge highlighting. Let's see if I can get it to. There we go. The edge highlighting looks like it was edge highlighted, but it's not. It's just I laid the paint on thick, and it turned out that way. It looks like edge highlighting, but it's not. Although I'll say that didn't quite turn out the way I'd hoped, but maybe I didn't mix the paint right. So the technique, I use the idea of slap chop instead of contrast paint because contrast paint is so expensive. I got paint and thinned it. And that is my technique. Mastering it, probably never going to happen because I'm sure there's a mixture ratio that I'm trying to figure out, but I just gave up on it. I just kind of feel it out, I guess. Okay. Yes, I know all too well that plastic combination over. Woo! How many of them are assembled or not assembled? I'm trying not to be too bad like that, you know? Whoa! My gosh, man. That is a lot. I'm trying to think. I do have one box of a tank that I didn't assemble yet because I was gonna trade it for something because I don't want two of them. But now maybe my army might actually run two, so I need to assemble it. I have Tyranids that I got from the Leviathan box set for this game that I don't use because well, it was cheaper to buy the box set to get all the stuff that I wanted and just to sell off the nids, the Tyranids, a little bit of a discount. But I have kind of struggle a little bit trying to sell the nids. Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna look up something. But my gosh, man, you gotta catch up on that. Let's see. Or the aggressor set. Primaries, aggressors, and intercessors. Or infiltrators. Oops. Where's There we go. All right, let's look at the backpacks here. Yeah, I'm not showing the backpacks. Okay. Infiltrators, 360, please. Okay, that works. Aggressors, 360. Okay. Okay. And then they have intercessors. Assuming they're the same. And have intercessors are broken. All right. Hey, look. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I was gonna say you don't have to be retired for it to get away from you. It happens to a lot of people. And I mean, I'm kind of like. Luckily enough, I didn't get that bad because I can't. I don't have a lot of money, so I can't exactly buy a lot. So, but I do have a 3D printer that I'm using um to print my models out now, and I have a lot of these. You can't really see. You can kind of see them over there. Like a lot of the white ones are kind of like similar models. They're from the Helldivers game, and and kind of use them as like test painting and stuff. And I'm actually going to use them for a game called Infinity as well. Make my own army out of them. Right, I think he is done. Yes. This is who I was painting. Paint this thing up. All right. And he is mostly done. Paint that up. But the last few years I've only added 12 kits per year, which funnily enough matches my build numbers for one per month then pretty much, huh? Yep. I hope to hit the lottery and then I could just have fun. Ooh, are you like do you do like what do you call it? Um do you edge highlighting and all that and like the transitions of the colors and stuff? Do you do that? I mean, I'm assuming you're just doing this for yourself, right? Or are you commissioned, as they say? Do you use for the chipping? Do you use let's see, no, 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 like something like this, I guess. It's called chipping medium. It's from Vallejo, and oh, probably needs to be shook up. I don't use that. But yeah, do you use like something like that, or do you actually do you do it yourself? I've never really watched anyone uh I was never really into like doing the chipping stuff just because, I mean, there's just a little bit too much, but in terms of like character models, I think that's something that could be worth doing it on. I'm really amazed that they don't do edge highlighting though. I mean, the way I look at it, at least with my models, it's like fading. Like, and typically the edges of things tend to fade. But then again, also edge highlighting, I suppose. For chipping, I used to make sure if methods hairspray fluids like sponge effect. Yeah, there's actually one thing that I bought that I really like. I don't have it. I have it in my other room, but it's from Fork Art, Fork Art. Anyways, somehow I can't speak. What you do is you paint it on underneath. You paint the color that you want to show, and then you paint. I think you paint that on the model wherever you want it at. I think it's called cracking, and then you paint the overcoat over it. And then what happens is it will make the paint kind of crack in a sense, and it'll show the paint underneath. And I want to do that. I want to try that out on my bigger models, like the knights and stuff. I kind of want to see what that looks like. But I need like I think I want the undercoat to be like fluorescent red, make it look like it's burning underneath or something, like the fire's trying to come out. I just become either chipped, worn away, or polished. Do you play any games, by the way? Or do you just strictly do modeling? Oh, that is a white there that needs to be painted. Uh, you just have no interest in gaming, or paint that? Oh, I see it. There you go. No, 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 no. Okay. I think he might be done. Let me see what aggressors look like. Normal aggressors look like, not the captain. Yeah, he's fine. Not gonna get dead. Or this is heavy intercessor. Yeah, he's fine. Okay. Another heavy intercessor down. I think I got one more of him, and I'll be done with all my heavy intercessors. Well, except for the ice again. That will have to come a little bit later. Back in my teenagers, I used to play 15 millimeter Napoleonic and wanted micro armor war games. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't how 1/300s. I don't know what scale. What scale is? Do you know what scale 40K is? To have a reference point of view, or do you know what the scale of Epic is? 40K Epic. I don't know if you know the scales for those or not. I'd be kind of curious. Oh my gosh, I think some people are getting kind of back into that game, the Epic one. Not too many though. It looked interesting, but my God, that is very, very small. And to paint detail on that is kind of crazy. Yes, I do believe that is in fact the scale of it. I thought it was like 25, but I think they've gotten a little bit bigger now. So 28, I think, is in fact the right one. But I don't understand how that kind of figure comes out. Why is it considered 28 millimeter? What is that reference to the base size or like model size or you know? Because obviously there's tanks and stuff which are bigger. I just never understood how why is it called 28 millimeter or 14 millimeter or whatever. Oh, forgot the backpack. Yeah, I was eighth. I don't know if they stopped it before me or what. I do remember seeing it along with Gothic. It's actually done. What else was there? I think Gothic, Epic were all the ones I know of. It's done. I think this guy's yes, this guy's. I don't think it's as popular today too. You know, off it. I'll say the painting the models would be kind of easy a little bit. I think. Description height of the figures from foot to head. So I'm guessing it's based on infantry size. Then tanks obviously going to be much larger. Let's see. So I'll fix that mistake before it dries up too quickly. There we go. Nice. I mean, that is for sure. Those models are really tiny, but they tend to be like in bigger bases because they usually put like, well, at least in the Epic that I remember, they there's like three tanks to I guess a model. But I mean, I kind of like that because it makes it more of a true scale like war, as opposed to everything being so close together. Like the grander scale of I guess the Epic. This is how to give gamers an impression of just how vast the battlefields were from the. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I play Tau in 40K. I don't know how familiar you are with 40K, and they're purely a shooting army, but the battlefield kind of is a little small. It's like by turn one, you can be in melee combat with the army already. And I've always kind of wanted to see what grand scale was about, you know? But again, I didn't really want to get into too many games. But I wouldn't mind trying it out sometime if opportunity ever arises. But I think, I think probably the reason why Epic Pride never got popular, a lot of people were saying, was just because of how restrictive it was. You only have Space Marines. Like, what flavor of Marines do you want to play as? Well, I mean, they do actually have skirmish game for 40K. Kill Team, Underworlds, what else? Um, I mean, kind of like with their what do you call it? Combat patrols. But I wish their Epic game would have like the other factions in it instead of just Marines. It's all about the Horus Heresy. Instead of trying to make a game where, well, just in a sense make a larger scale version of 40K, and maybe that's what they're kind of afraid of, like killing 40K for Epic if the factions are able to be played on the Epic scale as opposed to 40K. Okay. Alright, it is done as well. Don't know if there's any kind of metallic that I can use on them. Hmm. Oh yeah. Ooh. All right, I got 3 more models to go, and then I'm gonna have to retire for the day so I can get some sleep. And get up relatively early to actually let me see what this looks like. Aggressors. Okay. All right. So it's the front. Plus, I also I gotta grab my clothing from my washing machine. What's like Borka? Huh. Oh yeah, they also had I didn't know about that one, honestly. They had also what you call it, Blood Bowl. I don't know if that's still like going or if that's or if they redid it, kind of like Epic. I'm not sure. I've never heard of that one. For a modeler, you certainly know a lot about 40K stuff. I'm guessing it's kind of hard to avoid with being how popular it is. Let me try finishing this. Actually, I can't. It will have to be unfinished for now. What do I have to take with me? There's two, there's three. I think that's it. So these guys can stay. Same with the heavy intercessors. Money painting was very popular. I know a lot of people collect and paint the figures. I'm actually putting it. I mean, I get it. Do you do dioramas? That would be I guess if I was interested in modeling and painting, dioramas would be a pretty nice thing to do. I would assume so anyway. Original. What does that mean? I know I know one of their paints, Null Oil, was redone, and people who used that and loved it noticed the difference. That's why I was kind of curious. What do you mean by original? Do you have like the is it the what do you man, I used to the twist top ones? I'm starting to get into small single vehicle dioramas. Awesome. That's actually no crap. That's actually something I kind of want to do with my models here is kind of do a diorama with them. Like, when you have to carry your models around, I would love to create a diorama where I put my models in. Anyway, I might as well. Shape. Yes, I had those. They're terrible. The models were terrible. You're right, Hexen. Oh my god. I get paint on the lids and they're so hard to open. Oh my gosh. Are they are they unopened? I'm kind of curious. Did you buy some and keep them unopened for that long? Oops, shaking my desk. Hexagonal shape. Oh my god. Uh, boy, that brings back memories. Introduce contracts, techniques, and arguments. Yeah, I think that's probably their first original paint too. Well, I remember watching a history about GW Paint. Wow. The terrible things about that is when you paint, you kind of you have to dip it in and you have to leave it open, exposed to the air, you know? So they tend to dry out, get thicker. And then the cap again being one of the issues for me. I remember something so much. I don't know if it's necessarily so much paint. It was so hard it freaking hurts my hand because I was trying to keep them closed too from drying out. Drying out. Excuse me. All right, let's see what this guy looks like now. Not bad. Perhaps I should have diluted the paint a little bit more. Kind of see a little bit edge highlighting a little bit there. Imperfections in the paint, but that's what I was kind of going for. I'm hoping that once I varnish it, that it will look good. Although I will say that the camera makes the edge highlighting stand out so much, which is not the case on the model. Oh my gosh. Wait, humid? Humid weather? How far? I'm trying to think of how high up Scotland is. Um, hmm. I'm gonna pull up Google Maps here. Um, Google Maps. Oh, Scotland is way up there. Holy crap. Yeah, you're above you are above North United States for sure. You're in line with the northern part of Canada. How do you it can't be humid. Just rain, I guess? Oh, that I can't say. Did you say I live in the eastern part of the United States, close to water. And humidity is a thing. Humidity is terrible. It's the devil. um, Actually, I need to look up my list and see what I'm going to take with me. see. This one. Get this one. So I need my aggressors. Need my blade guard. Need my repulsor. Blade guard. All right. So these guys. You could say that, maybe. Maybe not. But I know, I know in terms of paint, humidity. Just my gosh, there's humidity here, and if you sweat, you will drown. So it won't let the water evaporate. So I don't think you have humidity up in Scotland. I don't think so, because obviously I've never been there. I'd assume it's just a very rainy weather. Because if you have the dry heat, which I felt is great, dry heat, great. Reason why? Because when you sweat, you don't sweat. You just you just get sucked dry. If you don't drink water, you'll die. But it doesn't feel terrible outside. I'm laughing because it's ridiculous about humidity and dry heat. Oh my gosh. Humidity is terrible. Dry heat is terrible too, but it's livable. You just have to be conscious of you dehydrating. Ooh, yeah, Nevada's very dry. Yeah, but at the same time, if you have humidity with spray brush, your paint's not going to dry because it's going to stay in liquid form because water can't evaporate. So, in either of those conditions is terrible. I said Nevada would be better for airbrushing, but you have to make sure that your stuff stays wet, your paint. And so long as you can spray it, it'll dry up pretty quick. But yeah, in the humid weather, if you spray paint, it's not gonna dry, it's just gonna drip. maybe, you know. I try to be conscious of that when I spray paint outside because my god, it's terrible. Sprays and the paint dries before it gets yeah. Well, I gotta go, man. I gotta get up in about 6 hours. 6 hours. So I can get some stuff done. But again, I try to stream roughly around every day, about 4 to 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, and stream for about an hour, so I can actually, get rid or not get rid, but to paint my actual models. It's about the only time I really get, even though I live in the States and I paint during European times or week. So I mean, hey man, I appreciate you coming to talk and stopping by when no one else, when there's no one there. But again, if you want to hang out again tomorrow or whatever day, I'll try to be on roughly around the same time, four to 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, and keep painting my models, painting 40K Ultramarines, 40K Tau, Infinity, like these models, I guess you could say. These are 3D printed models and a 3D printed base, but yeah, and hopefully keep painting even after that fact. But anyways, man, I'll see you later. I'll be back to work tomorrow. I might catch her 10 minutes a coffee break. All right, man. I'll see you later. I gotta pause right here, guys. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up with the sound down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next.